Good morning, Earthling. Peace be with you. Ready to hydrate myself, begin my day with a seeded watermelon. And I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you guys why would I be particularly excited about a seeded watermelon, even though eating a watermelon without seeds is a lot less trouble because you just go at it, right? And that's the reason why, especially here in Bali, there's particular interest in seedless watermelons. The locals really like to sell the seedless watermelons. But I found this baby boy farther away from where I live. I drove to the beach to the east of Bali, and they sell these seeded watermelons. The center, by the way, of a watermelon is always seedless, and is the sweetest part of the watermelon. So that's really what you want to go for. The heart of the melon. However, it is natural for a fruit to have seeds. When a fruit does have seeds, naturally, it develops more flavor around those seeds. It's part of its natural design, so the pulp ends up being a lot more richer in its flavor, generally sweeter, and just more complexity in the spectrum of flavors that you can really tap into in fruit once you detox your tongue. Right, you gotta cleanse that tongue first before you can even know what I'm talking about. One of the things that you can do to become more sensitive to flavor is to stop eating so much salt, because it kills your tongue, literally. But that's going to be another topic. Today the topic is seeded versus seedless watermelon. So many people say that seedless watermelons are an abomination of nature, like GMO. I've done some research. They don't necessarily have to be genetically modified in the way that we think of it, like some crazy experiment in a lab. But they are the result of crossbreeding and kind of like producing what you would call a mule. It's a hybrid, right? And there's some research, experience-based research done on Natural Health World, that consuming hybrids that were created by humans rather than the more original designs in natural fruits could be detrimental to health, that the body doesn't assimilate it as much as it could and get its proper nutrition. So it's just the codes don't match. It's like you're trying to use Microsoft on a Mac, and we end up creating just more trouble for ourselves in our systems. So that's why you want to eat natural designs. And when it comes to fruit, that you may think, okay, they're all natural, that's great, fruit is healthy. Also, it's better to go for something that is a natural design. And maybe you have heard of Dr. Sebi. If you haven't heard of Dr. Sebi, look him up. He was a cool guy that discovered these laws of natural healing and started helping a lot of people just by changing the way that they eat and detoxifying. And eventually he got killed. He's probably in the riverbanks of heaven right now, just as happy as he was when he was alive on earth. So it's all good. Thank you, Dr. Sebi. And one of his main indications out there was to let people know what is best to eat. There was a list of foods that are more natural foods. For example, bananas. There's the big Cavendish banana that has been already very domesticated and, in a sense, modified by people in agriculture for a very long time, so the seeds are deformed, and that is a banana that he would not recommend to eat. He would recommend to eat the little monkey fingers, so I don't know how you call them, but the tiny little bananas. And if a little banana has some seeds in it, like actual big seeds, not those crippled tiny little black dots that we see that are not viable seeds anymore, but it has some of the big seeds that you could actually sprout, that means that that banana is closer to its original design and is probably better for us to eat. And then the same thing goes with grapes, or in this case with watermelons. So with the seedless watermelons, even though it's so much easier for me just to go into it, and I do eat them, just because sometimes I want something watery in my mouth like that, and these other ones are not available. I don't get that much good flavor with them, and I'm often trying to look for the biggest one and use all these watermelon tricks in order to get the best flavor available in the seedless watermelons. But with a seeded watermelon, you can be more sure that you're gonna get some good flavor. And some people eat the seeds. Here they are. These are the seeds. Remember seeds in watermelon? You remember what they used to look like? They look like this. So some people eat them. You can actually crush them in your mouth and eat the whole thing, and it's a whole food. It's a whole food once you eat the seeds. But sometimes I don't like that. I spit them out. Spit them on the ground. I'm sure the plant wanted you to do that. That's the point, really, of ethical fruitarianism. I don't know if you ever heard about such a phrase, ethical fruitarianism. People that consider themselves ethical fruitarians only eat fruits that bear seed, and they do not destroy the seed. They only eat the pulp around the seed. So they wouldn't eat a coconut, for example, because that's actually a seed, and you gotta destroy the seed. It's a nut. It's not a fruit. So the point behind that philosophy is that we just eat what is meant for us, what is a gift from nature, what we are meant as frugivores to enjoy, and it's karma-free and actually very environmentally beneficial for everyone, the plants, us, our health, etc. I myself don't consider myself an ethical fruitarian. I lean on fruitarianism. I understand myself and the human design in general to be a frugivore, so most of my food is fruits. I also would eat some seeds. I have my way of eating them, sprouting them, soaking them is more ideal, those type of things. I eat coconuts, and I eat salads, which makes me a raw vegan, except when I have honey. So I'm like a raw foodist, and more than anything, I'm just a person that is interested in health in general, and in understanding how our bodies work in relationship with the environment, with nature, because that way I just feel the best. In the 15 years that I have of experience changing my diet and searching for the way in which I can get the best fuel, the best foods available on this planet for myself, for my vessel, I have found that the closest I get to fruitarianism, the better that I feel, the better that the world feels. The stimuli of the different colors, flavors, scents, and also my emotions, my clarity, and I just get to experience different type of existence that I really appreciate, and that saves me money, and it saves me complications, and it just sets me up for a beautiful life in many different aspects. So I recommend it. I definitely do. And that's the thing. Cedar watermelon benefits, it's just gonna taste better. You can get more for your money, because if you eat the seeds, you will also get some extra minerals in there, extra nutrition. You'll get to be in a dharmic relationship with the plant because you will actually help it to reproduce instead of manipulating its genetics just for our own pleasure. And that's one of the main issues that we have when it comes to relating with our food. It seems like we stop caring about what's our place on this earth in relationship to the rest of existence, other living beings. And that is also taking a toll into our own well-being. So that's just what I observe and what I've been able to experience as I switch around the lifestyle that I was taught into one that is more of my choice. what you think, and let me know.